Yo, what up, everybody? I am Biek. Like my shirt, it's very cool. I am back. It's been a while. It's been like 9 days overall. Um, yeah. So I'm pretty much back. I'm back with two interviews for the Think of Artist Podcast. One today and one tomorrow. And then I got a lot of art stuff, and I got a commission. And then and then I'll give you guys the update of what I'm doing after the podcast because of everything I've been working on behind the scenes and all that. So we're gonna get started with this interview. We're gonna get started with this one, and we're gonna go from there. I have updated everything. And I believe the one thing I forgot to do now that I think about the guest link. Luckily they have a link tree, so we could just put the link tree, which has every link of theirs. Uh, and go from there. Go from there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm about to call him up. Say what's up, and let's get started. Sorry. I know this is a weird interview, intro, but guys, it's been 9 days. All right, give me some slack. Just cut me some slack. All right, here we go. Cool. We're gonna transition.
Yeah.
Hi to the peeps. There you go. All right, cool. Studio. All right, cool. Everything's all good. So how you doing?
I'm doing good. Just chilling in my room. This is my bedroom, part of it, which is like most of it, because I have a really tiny room. But yeah, just been chilling.
Chilling. All right, we're gonna get started right here. I haven't done this like in 9 days, guys. So give me like, because I had like a little. I decided to take a break from everything. I'm human. We're gonna start it. We're just gonna start right away and then go from there. So we're gonna start with the first question.
Okay.
And then go from there. Oh, by the way, guys, if anybody who's looking on this on YouTube, hit the like, subscribe, and also check out the link tree of her links. All right. So this is not exclusive for YouTube, not for you, Twitch. I'm sorry. All right. How do you start making art, and why do you make art?
Well, first, I realized I haven't said my name yet. It looks weird, but it's pronounced like Gina. So, hi, I'm Gina.
I'm scuffed.
I've been...
I'm so scuffed. I forgot to say, like, you want to introduce yourself. I do that in every podcast, and I forgot on this one. I'm so scuffed. I'm so scuffed right now, man. It's been 9 days, guys. It's been 9 days. Like, who am I talking to? Oh my god. All right, go ahead. Oh, by the way, this is the 10th episode, by the way. You're the 10th episode.
Woo! Happy 10.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, I'm not going to cut you off anymore.
You're fine. Yeah, I've been drawing since, like, as soon as I can, retain a memory of me drawing as a kid. Like, I think since, like, 2 years old, probably. But I would draw with my dad a lot, and then I have a brother that's 7 years older than me, and he was really big into anime and all that stuff, so he was, like, pretty much my idol growing up, so I would try to copy whatever he would do, which means I was drawing anime in, like, kindergarten. Just kind of funny to me.
What kind of anime?
He watched a lot of Inuyasha, so it was, like, him trying to do Inuyasha style, but then, he was... in middle school, so his art wasn't that fantastic either. But
Kagome.
yeah, I would just like try to copy that. I couldn't draw hands, all the like arms are like this, and I had the super spiky hair going on, couldn't draw eyes, so it always covered the eyes. But yeah, just been drawing my whole life, always been the art kid at school, always been like pretty much the best artist at school too. But yeah.
Okay, so pretty much you started your art because of your brother.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. And then like, so he was the one that was into anime, or you were also into anime?
I mean, I would watch it with him, but I can't really remember much of it. The one that I remember the most, the anime, is called Fruits Basket. I don't know if you've seen it before, but I freaking love that. Like, I love that so much. I like how they turn into the little zodiac animals, and then it made me interested in my own zodiac, which I'm Year of the Dragon. Pretty cool, I
Oh,
think.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so that's very interesting because like my brother got me into art too. I did like Chicano art or black and gray art, tattoo art. You know, like one of my favorite things to draw was the smile now, cry later. Do you know what that is?
No.
It's like a happy face and a sad mask. A happy mask, sad mask. Smile now, cry later.
I know what that is. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
no,
about.
that's how I like. That's how I got started. So my brother got introduced me to art. He was really good
That's
at it,
cool
but he just didn't like fully went in it. Um,
with my
so
brother, but he still draws here and there, and I still love everything he draws. So
oh, he still draws?
yeah, occasionally he's like starting to get back into it, but he, went more of the medical route and like was an EMT for a little bit and just like didn't really draw as much as he used to. But he's starting to get back into it.
That's crazy because my brother like he stopped doing art. He became a cop. But
I
I'm
guess
like, oh my god, okay, it's like kind of little similar origins. That's pretty funny. Um, so we're gonna actually gonna go to like talk about your art right now. What kind of theme do you usually pursue in your art?
um I'd say I have a lot of stuff that's to do with mental health, and colors are something that I use a lot, and I try to use them to the best of their symbolic meaning. So, in different contexts, like in different art pieces, red will sometimes be fear or anxiety, but if it has a different context surrounding it, it could also mean love. And staying true to what I have the colors mean, like that just really takes my art into, that's what guides it really, is really just those colors and having it be about mental health and then having it be about the struggle, but also knowing that you're only struggling because if you didn't know what it was like to struggle, you wouldn't ever know what it's like to thrive and succeed. Like, I really believe in that balance of everything. It's like if I didn't go through mental health issues, I would never make the art that I make. So, kind of plays off of each other.
Yeah, because one of the things that really stood out for me with your art is like sort of like I want to put it like I don't know if this is the right word or surrealism.
But
Like it
yeah,
reminds me of that kind
definitely,
of.
I
Um,
definitely, Salvador Dali's like probably my favorite artist. I mostly say just because I've seen his work in person at St. Pete, because my oldest brother lives there now. And yeah, I really like what he makes, and I try to have that like surrealist aspect in my art too. I think my art probably falls under a surrealist category. I don't know what my art is or my style is. It's just how I draw.
right, right. So you pretty much just draw whatever you're feeling and expressing yourself through like I guess like you said, showcasing mental health.
Mhm.
Um, and so are any of these traditional or all them digital?
I started off making traditional art, but my recent drawings have all been digital. I kind of really am liking digital art because it's just like drawing, but I don't have to deal with buying colored pencils because that's the medium I would use before was just colored pencils, and it's like it gets frustrating having to sharpen them all the time, and it's a lot. So it's just a little bit easier on the iPad.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, do you think it's good to learn more mediums than just one
Hmm. For
as
sure.
an
Yeah.
artist?
Well, I think it depends. If you have fun experimenting with different mediums, then go ahead and do that. But if you really like your one medium and you want to stick with that, then stick with that. It's going to work too because it's going to, work to your advantage at branding your style, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Do you have any artists that you want to talk about that kind of like you said, you went from traditional to digital. So, what is there any art piece that kind of made you transition to that? Like, you feel like you wanted to try digital, and was like a piece that kind of really changed your style of how you pursue things.
Um, I think I definitely was starting to get to a point where I was getting frustrated with what I was drawing because it doesn't always translate how you see it in your head onto paper.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just seeing more and more of what people were making using Procreate, and just instantly I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to try that. And like, I can't tell you what specific artwork I was working on where I was like, oh my gosh, this would be so
Mm.
much easier if I was able to create it digitally. Like, it would just make it so much easier for me. So I think definitely that weighed in. And then I was actually able to get an iPad because I never thought that I'd be able to get one or afford one.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully and luckily, my dad, he was a boss and took up an extra shift to work on
Mm.
Christmas driving a semi truck. So he
Wow.
got a big bonus for that because it was Christmas. So with that money, he was able to buy me the iPad and then the pencil, which I got a used iPad too because cheaper. Always got to keep money in mind.
So was it like in 2020, like quarantine, it kind of like made you pursue more digital? Because I noticed, I'm looking at your Instagram right now. In 2019, you were doing color pencil, and then in 2020, you went digital or so.
I actually don't think I went digital until um the beginning of this year because
Oh, okay, okay.
after Christmas, and then it
Oh,
took a
right,
while to
duh.
come in, really like the end of January, middle of January, I got it, and then I started working on it. And
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, okay. I was looking at the wrong because I was looking at 2019, and 2020 it's
Mhm.
just a blur sometimes. Like
Yeah,
it's just a
2020 was
blur.
not 2020 was a bad year for me from like the beginning, like even before coronavirus. I was doing horribly mental health wise, like I was just not good at all. Not a
Um,
good time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's because like yeah, COVID. It's very curious to see or hear stories about of artists what they did in COVID because like when COVID happened, that means you can't really do a lot of like traditional art booths, mission as much here and there because people are kind of like woo. Um, so like, what was the biggest effect for you in around like COVID as an artist?
Um, I mean, honestly, not much changed for me just because, my family wasn't really negatively affected by
Okay.
like quarantine and stuff because they were all essential workers. And I was kind of quarantining myself even before COVID happened because I just, again, was not in a good place. I was too
Mm.
afraid to go outside. Like, even just walk around the block with my dog, like, it would take me like the whole day to work myself up to do that. And then that was like once in a while too. So once the pandemic started, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, but still working towards bettering my mental health, which now I feel like I'm at, a pretty decent place, which is awesome.
Well, I mean that's really good. I mean, like that's the whole point of 2021 is to forget about 2020.
Yes.
No, nobody wants to remember that. So I'm going to one of your latest art pieces. Before the sweater. Can you tell me what was your thought process on this one? At least I can make my painful useful. Is that what you're talking about your art and mental health and all that?
Yeah, that's like exactly what that's about. It's like, at first I was kind of thinking about it more, oh, I'm making myself more sad than what I need to be in order to make emotional art. But then as I was working on it, I kind of like changed up the meaning a little bit and, you know, changed it to more like I'm feeling this way so I can make use of the pain that I feel instead of just having it consume me. I can channel it into something that is cool and that other people might like, and they might resonate with it too, especially how many artists there are on Twitter. And like, I know people feel pressured to keep like spitting out masterpieces all the time. So they're like afraid that, they're going to get lost in the sauce if they don't keep posting. And it's also about that too, a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense because so in this one, it's pretty much you're using like you said like your mental health to you like in a good way instead of in a bad way or in a bad
Mm.
direction. And I noticed some symbolism on some of these. I noticed there's a little devil and a moon on the frame. I noticed the OK and the three sevens, the flowers inside the
Yeah.
body. So, can you tell me any of those what those mean in certain way? Like we could start with the frame one first, the moon and the devil.
Well, it's actually to me it's not a devil. I can actually now that I'm looking at it, I can see where you can like see
Yeah,
that it's a
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I should have said what is I shouldn't say that's devil.
that's cool.
Mm.
However someone interprets my art, I'm like, you're correct. It is
That's true. That's right.
that.
That's what I say too. I just say you're good. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, go
But
ahead.
that um it's supposed to be a picture frame
Mm.
and I wanted it to kind of represent solitude in a way, but
Mm.
also not really because if you look really closely by where the vanishing point is right under the moon,
Mhm.
um, it's a lot more clear if you're looking at like the full high-res file, but
Right,
there's a
right.
little character back there. So it's like it's almost like trying to be at peace with being alone because I think sometimes I create art too much and I don't hang out with people and I kind of forget I need social interaction besides my parents and family. But that's what that kind of means.
Okay, okay.
Mhm.
And the clock?
The clock, that represents, passing of time, like clocks do.
Mhm.
But the reason why I didn't do the numbers in there is one, it's hard for me to make it all even.
Right.
So this is a little bit easier for me. But the O and the K, okay, that's something I put into my art a lot. And it's just, you know, sometimes people just need to hear that it's okay. Like, even if you feel all of this overwhelming negative emotions, it's okay. We're meant to feel things sometimes. Some people feel them a little bit harder and more than others, but that's just how it is. That's how it goes. We need emotion. And the seven's my lucky number. I was born in July. 13's also my other lucky number because I was born July 13th.
Mm.
So the triple seven is just kind of like a good sign. Like I see that as like the highest, best angel number because I'm pretty into numerology to a
Okay.
certain extent. I'm not an expert, but I like numbers.
Okay, no, that makes sense. It relates to you, and also it's like the okay is like it's okay sometimes to be sad. It happens to
Mhm.
everybody. And what about the flowers? That you because in my interpretation, like usually flowers represent hope, but what does the flower represent on this piece?
For this piece, it's really just knowing that like what you're doing, it's all part of growing. So like the things we were talking about
Mm.
before by like, you know, experiencing pain and then putting that pain to use, like it's just all of it's helping you grow. And it's kind of hidden, but there's like a tear that's falling and
Yeah, I
if
saw
you
the
look
flower.
yeah, it has the three flowers in there again. And I just chose three because I like the number three.
Mhm.
That was nice.
No, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, like yeah, like is that a trap door? Right, like right next to the feet.
Yeah, doors are a big thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like it started from us moving into this new house and
Mm.
we have like the double eyes, I like to call them. It's like the square eyes.
Mm.
And I just saw it as like a a good sign. And um my favorite band is 21 Pilots. I have a whole 21 Pilots dedicated wall in my room. And the lead singer, he has a tattoo that's the two eyes. And, so it also pays homage to my favorite band. And,
Oh, okay.
just if a door closes, like metaphorically speaking, in life, like a path closes, even though you thought that it shouldn't have closed, the reason why it closed is only because more doors are going to open for you. Like one closed door doesn't mean you're shut out forever. It just means that more are going to open.
Okay. I mean, yeah, everything relates to what you're pretty much saying. Just pretty much using it to your like your mental health. Like when you're feeling bad, use it in a weird way of saying it, but use it to your advantage and use it for something positive.
And most
Uh,
to feel it. Like, it's okay to feel it. Like, I think a lot of times you can be dismissive of emotions because you're
Mm-hmm.
afraid it's gonna spiral, but you can learn to control it, and it's all okay.
Well, yeah, it's yeah. When you explain when you explain it that like a lot more a lot of emotion to the piece, and also with the colors. Any reason why you chose those colors? Or,
Um, for, their symbolic meaning. So the blue has to do with more of depression, the red's definitely anxiety, and then the yellow I see as like joy, ideas, hope. So it's a little bit, not to a T exact with, placement and the meanings lining up. But for the most part, it is. Like, that's why one arm's red. And it's anxious about what I create because, your worst critic is always yourself. I always think I can do better than what I've done before. And yeah, the green, that's like, I see it as growth and good things to come.
okay, okay. Because I noticed the question mark. That makes more sense now the way you explained that. It makes more
Mhm.
sense. The anxiety, like, what am I gonna do next? I gotta keep
Yeah.
going. And like, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Any some like, was that just like a random idea for the canvas painting within the painting?
Um,
Or was that just all mixing together, all colors mixing together?
it's like a whole bunch of just, yeah, pretty much all the colors mixed in together for that person making their creation, which it's like kind of an abstract, just frowny face.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you for telling me about this art piece. I mean, like, I can see what you mean by like you're using your mental health to do your artwork where it helps you and it could help another person. You know, looking at it
Yeah.
like you said, it's okay to be sad or mad, but there is another one. I find your art pieces very interesting because they tell a lot of story, like either a story or a meaning thing on every art piece I've seen. For example, in question of happiness, there's a lot going on, but there is.
Yeah.
But the weird the thing is though, the thing that stand out is the smiles to me. Like right away, what I see already is the smiles. And then after that, you look at everything else, like the ghosts and the abstract character and the black and white, and then you see like paradise in the corner kind of thing. Uh,
Mhm.
eyeball, like so, like you start looking. I'm talking about my interpretation. So you start looking at all over, like the rest of the whole canvas, but the thing that stand out to me right away is the smiles. Um, so you want to like tell anything about this piece right here?
There's definitely like so many meanings into it, and even while
Yeah,
you're talking, I was thinking about all the different meanings. And by the
yeah.
way, if it's getting too dark, let me know because it's starting to sunset, and I can move the curtain if you need more light.
Oh, I mean, if you want to get more light, that'll be fine. I mean, it will help with the because
Okay. I
there you
have
go.
Mary tucked into my curtain rod because
Okay, okay.
that's a thing. um, but back to this piece. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but I kind of see it as a cycle that goes counterclockwise. So it starts at like the negative spot, which to me that's like my interpretation of suicide. If I'm allowed to say suicide, I know on YouTube they always like walk
Yeah.
out. That's too much light.
I forget what people say usually for that kind of word.
Mhm.
Um,
I'll
but
just
then
say giving up.
yeah, I mean, like honestly, I'm not monetizing anything, so it's but I don't know if it's gonna affect the algorithm too much. But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, giving up will be fine. If you don't mind.
Yeah, no problem. So that kind of is reflecting that for me, and then the ghosts are almost like what happens after, and then it kind of switches into what I think you should do to help you get through life, which
Mm.
is kind of like making peace with the devil on your shoulder and not trying to fight it, but also not giving into it. You can use it to your advantage, I think. Like anxiety, if used in more of a positive way, it can really ignite you to do things and motivate you and more. But it all just kind of cycles back, and it's really just trying to find peace and joy and balance.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. I could pretty much see it. Yeah, the way you're going for the cycle. So
Mhm,
pretty much like at the end, just like stop fighting it in a way, and just like the other one is like start using it in a
mhm.
more positive light instead of just being all negative.
Yeah, and if you see the key that's in the top left corner, the key that I make there, they say okay. So like the holding part, that's the O, and then the rest of the key, that's the K. And so, that means I think just being okay is the key.
Okay.
Finding your happy middle ground, just being well balanced. And yeah, and then if you also see there's a door opening up, because, once you know you're okay, step through the door, there's more to see.
Well, like I said, it's a very dope piece. I guess a lot of your artwork does really stand out, really tell like what you're going for and what you were explaining earlier about mental health. Yeah. We're gonna go to the next question after. We're gonna go to the next question.
Okay.
These are optional.
Mhm.
Um, I believe you're not a Twitch streamer, right?
No.
Okay. Are you interested in getting into Twitch or no?
Um, I've like thought about it before, but
Mm-hmm.
trying to like actually go on the site and figure things out, I'm like, oh, this is hard. I don't know anything about this, so
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I don't really watch Twitch that much either. Maybe if someone streams something and they uploaded it to YouTube, I might watch that. It's all
Okay.
more stuff.
Well, it's
I
because
really like
well, the reason one of the reasons I was asking is because like I usually have a question for Twitch, but we'll skip that one. Um, and so we're gonna go to the next one. What is your opinion about NFTs?
um, I think they're dope because it is so hard to try and make a living as an artist, and I feel like it's finally an opportunity for artists to get the money that they deserve making what they make, because it takes, time and dedication, especially if you're trying to shoot for going for an artist as your career. So in that sense, I love them. I know I've heard stuff about them being really bad for the environment. I think with time that'll get better. And also, traditional art isn't best for the environment. Like, you're constantly buying products and using them, using acrylic paint, which I'm pretty sure is like toxic or whatever. So, you know, you can't win it all. It can't be perfect. You take what you can get. And if I have an opportunity to actually live my dream of being an artist without having to do a mundane job that I'm not really passionate about, like, heck yeah, I'm gonna try to do that, and I'm gonna try to capitalize on that as much as I can.
Yeah, 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 I can see what you mean by that. At least like, cause yeah, there's some negatives to it and there's positives to it. It's still a very new thing. So that's why I'm always trying to get like the artist's opinions about it. Some are against it, some are with it, some are in the middle. Um, so for you, it's like another opportunity for as a digital artist to make income for your art.
Even as a traditional artist, because you can throw in the canvas
Oh,
or
true, true.
throw in a print too, so it's like it's just I think it just presents a lot of opportunities.
Okay. So like, what do you think? Like, in your opinion about NFTs, how do you when do you think it will get better for people to take NFTs more seriously? Because right now it's like it's still up in the air, in my opinion, and of what I've seen.
I think it's really just gonna take time.
So it's
That's
like
that's
pretty
all
much
I really
just
got. I think it's
yeah.
gonna take for sure.
Yeah, like just like because I know there are Ethereum and there's other places that kind of making NFTs better for the environment and all that. So I guess yeah,
Mhm.
that's pretty much it really. Um, do you understand? Do you see the other side of it, like you said, like with the environment stuff and all that?
Yeah, I do, and, like, I respect someone's opinion if that's what they wanna do, I'm like, "Shoot, go for it," but,
Hmm.
I still do feel like that, traditional art isn't the most sustainable, eco-friendly thing at all, so it's kinda like, "Eh."
Goes both ways. Like you're
Yeah.
pretty much saying it goes both ways.
Mhm,
Yeah. I mean, think about it. I mean, yeah. um, I mean, like honestly, it, that is something that I don't think a lot of people talk about too. But like traditional art, how many materials we use, how many, how much
mhm.
stuff we throw away, how many tools don't even use. If you get then artist spot, I mean, especially if you've been doing it for a lot of years. Like I have this brand new canvas, I haven't even used it. Or you know what? I don't use this canvas anymore. I'm gonna throw them away.
Yeah, and art supplies are pretty expensive unless,
True.
like, you're getting your canvases at Walmart, which I have definitely done, but colored pencils are freaking expensive, and I go through them fast, like, when I was using colored pencils, like, my white, black, red, blue, and yellow were always just down to the nub, and I have to go out and buy some more, and it's just a hassle. It really is.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like I also do color pencils. So what I do, I just buy the colors I use mostly and buy in bulk. So I don't have to do that much. It's cheaper, and I don't have to buy the whole set of
That is
color
smart.
pencils. Huh?
I said
Yeah.
that's smart thinking.
Yeah, I mean that's what I do. Cause I use a lot of Prismacolors, and those are expensive. Like,
Yep.
so and I used to buy a lot of the cases, but then I thought about it. I'm like, I don't use every color in my styles, so why am I buying all of them like that? So I just
Yeah,
decided
I
to
have
buy in bulk.
yeah, there's a place that it's like a small business art supply store that I'd go to, and they sold them individually, which was nice, but still like a little over $1 for a pencil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I was trying to look for deals. 25% off or something.
Yeah.
Um, so do you take on any commissions?
Yeah, I don't promote it because commissions make me really nervous, and I don't think I do as well when I'm trying to draw for someone. Like I just do a lot better drawing for myself. But if someone comes by and they're like, "Hey, you want to do a commission?" I'll be like, "Sure." Like I recently did one for a comic book, and it's actually going to be printed, which I think is cool. And I did a lotus flower, a magical, mystical lotus flower for that.
Okay,
But there's
okay.
also the people that will ask you to make stuff, and then you're talking with them, you're making it, then you finish it, and then they just disappear, and you're like,
No, no,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it pretty much. I mean, that's pretty cool that that's gonna be on a comic book.
Yeah.
Um, do you have like a direction you want to go with your art? Like, what kind of industry you're going for, or do you want to be your own boss forever, or do you want to work for an industry right now for a little bit?
I really just want to try and see how far I can go. Just like my dream is to be able just to make art for myself, and then people buy it and they want it, and I just live off that. But my backup plan is being an art teacher and then just doing art on the side. Kind of forgot the question, not gonna lie.
No, no, no,
Think
you're fine.
easy.
No, no. I was just pretty much asking like, what is the direction you want to go with your art? Since like, you did a commission for a comic book artist.
Mhm.
For a comic book cover, sorry. So I was like, do you want to get into comic books, animation? Do you want to work
Yeah,
for a company, or do you just want to be your own boss? Like, pretty much just do your own thing.
yeah, pretty much just be my own boss.
Okay,
That's
okay. And then backup is the art teacher thing.
yeah.
Are you currently in school, in college, or something like that for art school?
I haven't gone to college for art yet. I've been
Okay.
doing my prereqs and everything, but
Mm.
I do have 2 classes coming up in fall for the fall semester. But my dad recently had a conversation with me, and he was telling me how he would rather pay for my art and me to try to grow as an artist rather than to put that money towards paying off student loans. So that's pretty cool, but it's changed my plans a little bit. So I still want to stay in school, try to keep my mind fresh, and just not like stop all that I have done and the credits I've earned and all that. So I'm really thinking just one class a semester, ace
Oh,
it,
okay,
do
okay.
and then continuing with my art and seeing how far that can take me.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's so you're gonna do both,
Mhm.
college and then also your art on the side as well. Okay, that makes sense. Um, so since you don't really do a lot of commissions, but you say you did one recently, how do you price your work?
Uh, it's really hard to price my work, honestly.
Okay.
Now that I'm doing NFTs, I kind of just base it after what my average selling price is and like compare it to other ones that have sold for more or less and just see where it falls. But before I kind of have to like guess. For the comic book commission, he said it would be $50, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with that.
Oh, okay. Since you're starting out, you're just pretty much just trying to find your just trying to get as many commissions as you can to get grow a portfolio, or
I mean, I feel like I already have a pretty big
yeah.
portfolio, made a lot of stuff, but I'm not really geared towards commissions as much as I am just
Right.
creating things for myself that explores what's going on in my head.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty much. Um, have you ever caught anybody stealing your artwork or stealing your ideas in some way?
Yeah, I actually I got into
Oh.
posting my art because of 21 Pilots because they would like really pay attention to click art, which is what it was called, but it was like fan art for them. So back when I would create with that, like and do click art, I did have someone trying to take my ideas that I made and copy them. But as for currently, I definitely don't see anyone really copying what I do. I do see sometimes like stuff that I'm like, huh, I wonder if that was inspired by me. But it's like
Okay.
probably wasn't because, I don't know. I don't think it was. I just think sometimes like if you see stuff, you think about it subconsciously, so it might come out in your art without you knowing and
True.
intentionally put it in there. When
True.
I see questions, I'm like,
Oh
hmm.
yeah, yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I can't own a question mark. That's a freaking anyone can put a question mark in their art, but for
Exactly.
some reason, every time I see it, I'm like, hmm. If I
Yeah,
see question
yeah.
mark in primary colors, I'm like, hmm. I wonder, but
I mean, either way, I mean, as long as they're not like straight copying, like, I mean, it's gonna be hard to
yeah.
copy your style, anyways. But as long as they're not doing that, I think it's pretty much like okay, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
um, so pretty much we're gonna go to a quiz.
Oh man.
You know how everybody loves quizzes. Everybody loves pop quizzes. You're gonna be
Yeah.
art teacher. You're probably gonna get pop quizzes of art. Maybe when you're teaching or something. You never know.
Maybe.
Um, this is something new that I created. It's nothing crazy yet. So
Okay.
you can be the first one. So hopefully it goes well. um, and yeah. So what we're gonna do is I created a part one quiz right now since they only allow me to have 9 questions for some reason unless I do premium or whatever. But I'm just gonna make parts. Like it'll be easier. It's free and I just make parts. But I made part one.
If you see me,
Uh,
it's because there's a fly in my room. I just want to put that out there. Like, there's a fly buzzing around. So if I'm like, that's
no,
fine.
no, okay,
Okay.
no, no, you're fine, you're fine. So here it is. It's a little, little 10 question quiz. I believe the first 9 will be on screen, and then the 10th one I'll just tell you. Um, so I'm gonna send you a link so you can see them since I know the answers. So I'm gonna minus that, and then I'm gonna send you a link to it. So just in case you need it, right there. Oh wait, let me get one more thing. Let me get one more thing out. Show you the answers by accident. Don't want to do that. All right, here we go. There you go. All right, cool. So you got the link and everything.
Um, you only sent one.
They hang up on me. Lol.
I'm sorry, I totally just refreshed my page with the freaking yeah.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Whoops. Okay. Do I click
I,
on type or art quiz?
Yeah, it's just so you can see the questions, but you don't have to click on it if you don't want to. I'm just gonna tell you the question, and you get to pick one.
Okay.
That's just for you to know what's going on or to see where it's what. That's pretty much it. Uh, so the first question,
Oh
since
god.
you, which of these is a paint made from pigments and plastic? A, acetone, sorry. B, tempera. C, acrylic. D, gesso.
I'm gonna go with
Or
B.
B? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're
I
gonna click.
feel like it would be made out of plastic. If not that, then acrylic maybe.
You want to
Do
go
I
with
know
B?
if I'm right or not?
Weapon?
What do I find out if I'm right or not? Like,
Yeah, no, yeah. I was gonna tell you right now, but do you want to go with B or do you want to change it?
since you said it, it makes me kind of want to change it, but I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna go with B.
You're wrong. Acrylic. You're second. You're
Oh,
second.
dang it!
You actually had it right, but you're wrong. Moving on.
Trust myself.
What animal often symbolizes peace in art? A,
Yeah.
deer. Damn.
C.
You gotta let me. You gotta let me say all of them. Like,
Oh, sorry.
oh. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh.
Don't worry. Don't worry. This is new. This is the first time me doing this, so it's completely fine. Yeah, yeah. So it is dub. It is dub. So I thought that was like a kind of generic kind of thing that I think people will know. But yeah, it is dub. Who painted the Starry Night?
Vincent
A.
Van Gogh. I didn't let you read them again. Maybe.
You ruined the game. Just kidding. I'm kidding. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were named after famous Renaissance artists. True or false?
True.
Wrong. False. No, I'm just kidding. That's right.
Oh, I was like, my
Alright.
life is a lie.
How many paintings did Vincent Van Gogh sell during his lifetime? A 1, B 60, C 100, or D 900?
See, I want to say 1 because I feel like 60 is too high, but I feel like it should be something in between those two. But I'm gonna go with 1 because, yeah, I'm gonna go with 1.
Damn it! Now that I think about it, I should have changed it. Yeah, it is one. He sold only one art piece in his lifetime, but a fun fact: he made 900 art pieces.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, so there you go. I should change that. I don't know why I put 1 and 16 and okay, yeah. I should have done like 1, 10, 50, and then 100 for the fun fact.
Yeah.
I should have done that. But next time. See, this is the first time we're doing a quiz, so this is what I'm learning. Actor James Franco once sold a sculpture made of A. Lego bricks, B. Air, C. Cigarette butts, D. Lint.
I feel like Lego bricks would be the logical answer, but I kind of want to go with lint because I feel like he would.
Lint?
Yeah, lint. B.
Wrong. Air.
What? That was the
Yes.
one. How do you sculpt the air?
I mean, we recently have an artist who did a sculpture of the invisible sculpture and sold it for like $18,000. Yep, people like that exist.
Buying nothing now. Like what?
Yeah, people like that exist. No, but yeah, it was air. He sold a piece that's just air for like, I think it was like 10K or something like that. The more you know. How long did Leonardo da Vinci to paint the Mona Lisa smile? A, 16 weeks. B, 16 days. C, 16 months. D, 16 years.
I think I'm gonna go with 16 months. It seems kind of high, but all that I've learned about the Mona Lisa is that it has like a billion layers. So
Wrong, 16 years.
no way.
Yes.
16 years?
So the
He
way
freaking
he.
using one hair, like a single. Like how
Well,
did I think
it
that?
was just for the smile. That's how you
Wow.
got. That's how they got the effect of when you look at her, like the effect of the smile thing. Because like he did like one part at a time and let that dry for months, and he did it again, and I guess it took him 16 years. So yeah,
Well, it was a lot. I just didn't think it was that much.
yeah, 16 years. Oh, here you go. Any color plus Y is A tint, B shade, C tone, D value. I don't know why E is there. Sorry.
Choice 5. I'm gonna go with that. Nah, I definitely should know this. I think it's value because I know black is shade tone. Uh,
That'll be part of the quiz part two, but I didn't have a chance to make it. So
I'm just gonna go with value. I'm probably wrong.
it is A tint.
Oh, butthole. Oh well.
The more you know. All right, here we go. Uh, what artist's work has been stolen? Wait, sorry. What artist's work has been stolen more than any others? A. Leonardo da Vinci. B. Pablo Picasso. C. Rembrandt. Rembrandt. Sorry.
I'm not familiar with what Rembrandt. Whatever. Uh, maybe Pablo Picasso.
Is that the final answer?
Sure, why not?
You're right. It is Pablo Picasso. His artwork got stolen the most. It was bad for him. Um,
Well,
so that's pretty much all the questions on here. The 10th question I do have it already, so I'm just gonna ask you pretty much. So give me one sec. I'm just getting the link to it. Scuff. Oh damn it. Why did? Oh, I put paste, didn't I? Don't save. Do not save. Do not save my answers. Do not save my answers. Because I changed it by accident. Oh no. Scuff. Give me one sec. Sorry for this. Sorry for this. Like I said, I'm making a part two right now. All right, this is true or false questions. If photographer sells other Instagram photos as art, true or false?
what was the beginning part of it?
Did a photographer sold other Instagram photos as art? True or false?
I'd say true.
It is true. For the guy around 2015, he sold them for almost $90,000 each. He just took screenshots of Instagram photos and sold them without the permission.
That's a baller move, honestly.
It pretty much is really. You got to respect him for that. He's one of the most hated artists right now, but
Oh. I mean, if he's stealing, like, yeah, he's stealing. It's kind of bad. Not kind of, it is bad. Shouldn't steal other people's art.
yeah, I mean, and what I've learned in the art world is some artists care, some artists don't care, as long as they make money, and I guess that they feel creative. So you
Yeah.
can take whatever you can take that as it is. I mean, the art world, just like every other world, is not all happy and rainbows and all that. I mean, that's why we have all these different out there. Um, do you have a subject that you want to draw next or create next?
Um, not, no, not really. I kind of just been working on some of my older drawings that I'm scanning and I'm like reworking them in Procreate a little bit. But yeah, I don't really think I have anything that I'm like, oh, I want to make that next.
Whoa, goodness for you! I have a quiz. What should I draw? That's the last quiz. I swear.
Okay,
Hopefully you don't mind. If we could
okay.
skip it. If you mind. Um, yeah, we're gonna do this one. I don't. It's not gonna take that long. It's only 8 questions. Um, what would you draw to symbolize life? God, your mother, nature, home food or clothes.
Nature.
Okay, next. If you were a plant, you would be a tree, flower, grass, bamboo.
Hmm. I think it'd be a tree.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just flowers on it.
10, stillness, okay. If you're an animal, you will be a lion, sheep, giraffe, cheetah.
A giraffe.
A long neck.
Like, how much can they see? Like, they could probably have like a really good view. I
True,
never thought about
true.
that before, actually.
The
Like,
first. Oh,
fun.
God. Oh, the very first object you have drawn as the sun rising between mountains, a human face, a car, or other.
Wait, so what does this question mean? Like, the first thing I draw?
Yeah, like remember you're like when you like was it a human face, aka anime? You know how like a lot of kids draw the grass with the clouds and the sun when
Yeah,
you break a
I
side
would.
drawings.
I drew like these weird little circle people with like sticks sticking out of them, and they're pretty jacked looking. But yeah, I'd make like these little weird people.
Okay, so you want to go with a human face or other, in your opinion?
Go with other.
Okay, all right. Three more last questions. What
Okay.
what difficulty would you like your picture to be? Easy, intermediate, hard, very difficult.
Um, I'm sorry. What does that mean? Like,
Like, do you want to do a simple piece where it's not gonna take you that long? Do you want to go a little
oh,
bit that will take you some time, like details and stuff? You know, the more you do, it'll be more difficult.
I'd say both. I kind of work on multiple things at once. So if I'm doing something that's more like, oh, I'm looking at a reference this time, or I know this is going to take me a while, I'll take breaks from that, and then I'll do more like free stuff that doesn't really require a lot of thinking, which for me, that's like my trippy looking black and white type drawings that I do put in my bigger, more complicated pieces, but sometimes I just like to doodle like that.
Okay. So like, what would you do for this one? That were like imaginary. Do you want to do a hard piece? Very difficult, easy, intermediate.
Um, Intermediate.
Okay, in between. Okay, 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 okay. What colors do you want it to be? A lot of different colors: white, red, and orange, blue, and green.
A lot of different colors.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
Do you prefer a live music show or a TV series? A music show, TV, both, none. None.
Live music. I love going to concerts.
Okay, here we go. Oh, I guess. Okay, this is very interesting. I did not expect this one. Are you a girl, a boy, or another? A girl, a boy? I'm a third gender. Doesn't matter? Question mark.
Girl.
Okay. I was not expecting that question. I was like, your results are. Get out of here.
Was this like
A
play?
natural scenery. You should draw a natural scenery with various living and non-living objects in it. Your choices back in all the questions ensure it that you are grateful towards what nature has to offer and how well it has designed life on this planet. So wouldn't it be great to bring the artist side of your mother nature to your drawing sheet?
It's actually kind of cool I got that because I've been thinking about doing more landscape type things. So that's actually pretty interesting.
Well, there you
I like,
go. Well, there you go. You learn something. Um, now you got your next piece.
yeah.
Uh, so we pretty much got into. Actually, we got into a lot of these questions. Is there any other topic that you want to talk about your art or anything?
Um, no, not that I can really think of. Just
Okay.
just keep creating, keep doing what I do.
All right.
Hopefully, make some more peaceful, house friendly things because I feel like sometimes I'm a little bit too personal. Not saying it's a bad thing, but not a lot of people want to like hang up these like intense drawings in their houses. But you know, that's what I want to do. Like kind of both, like create for me, but then also have those pieces that are more sellable to a wider audience.
Okay. Um, it's okay. So since you're just starting out, how long you been drawing for? Like going trying going like full time.
Um, trying to go full time. I'd say probably since I just got out of high school, which was in 2018. But even in high school, my senior year, I was like starting to transition away from click art and do more of my own art. So
Okay.
I'd say like since I was like 17.
Okay. So the place that you're at right now, what is the next step for you? What is the next step for your art, and what are projects that you want to work on in the future? That will like for you will take you to the next level.
I definitely want to do more painting. I can't really right now just because it's so freaking hot outside and I paint outside. But doing that and then really trying to force and motivate myself to learn more about art. Like I bought these books and everything just to like try and help out my technical skills and stuff. But I kind of got lost in what I was saying.
No, you're completely
I
fine
was
because
walking around and then my cat's meowing and I'm like, oh,
no,
just
it's all good. I'm just trying to like because since you're starting out and like you've been going trying to go for like 4 years now, and you're going to college and doing art. So I'm just like I'm very curious. It's like I guess you're like the youngest artist I have right now. So I guess it's a good question for like people who are watching who's getting into art. It's like in your opinion, like what is the next step for you since you're just starting out? What is your next goal? Since we're always like I see like artists always once they reach one goal, they want to go to the next goal, next goal, next goal, next goal to grow and to do different things. So like, what is the next goal for you? Since you are where you are, you just got into digital art this year. So what is the next goal after that, if you have any?
um I mean, I want to keep collaborating with different artists. I feel like it really pushes me and my art, and I like doing it. I like connecting with other artists and talking to them and then creating something together. But I also want to look towards more products being added to my store. I think it'd be cool if I painted on clothes or even got merch made of some of my stuff. Um, and then really just keep hammer words, keep putting out, art pieces that mean something to me, and wherever that starts to go, if it goes into me selling it for a little bit more money, then I'm just gonna put some of that money back into my art and just keep trying to grow and expand with the different things I can do. But I definitely want to get to a point where I'm making steady sales in my store and I have a lot of things to choose from, a lot of items to buy, maybe even like pottery pieces and, you know, just everything. Like I have my whole life to create and try different mediums and all of that. So kind of just taking my time with it and
Hmm.
trying to get to that next step, which for me, I think it would definitely be merch.
That's right, Kat. I agree.
Hey,
Um,
please let me out. I
yeah.
want to eat.
No,
Little,
no. That's yeah. I get what I get what you're saying. So that's pretty much it, really. That's pretty much like also a summary of because I was gonna answer a question. What is the summary review? But that's pretty much kind of answer that. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. What do you thought of the podcast? Any feedback? Um, yeah,
you're asking me now.
yeah,
Any
yeah,
people?
yeah, yeah. Like, what do you thought of the podcast? Like, it's pretty much the end right now.
Um, well, I had a lot of fun. I like talking about my art and like getting into the meaning of it because sometimes it's a lot going on, and I think it can be interpreted in different ways and stuff. So, I really like this podcast, and I liked being on it and chatting with you. And yeah, had a lot of fun.
Well, there you go. You're the episode 10, and then we'll see what happens. And hopefully we get the podcast going. And then maybe we'll get an update from you in the future. Who knows? Never know.
Yes.
So that's pretty much it for the podcast, guys. Hope you guys hit the like, subscribe, check out the playlist, the other stuff. There's also a new playlist where I'm calling it the Think of Artist Best Clips, like some like little segments so you guys see, like for example the quiz that you just saw, the new scuff quiz that I I'm still working on. um, and yeah, so I'm always trying to change things up because before we used to do a lot of the bad artist habit bingo, and we did a lot of that already. So it's like, okay, it's time to move on from that. And I keep the same thing over and over. But yeah, thank you again so much for being here. Thank you so much for telling your story, your art, and what you do. The links to her will be the link tree. It'll be all in the description, and also will be in the top comment as well with the timestamps. Any last words?
Um, just thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Well, all right. Uh, no, but like it's because it's a little bit weird me coming back after a week. It's like I gotta get back to my groove. But yeah, thank you again for coming. For being part of the show, and can't wait to see the new artwork that you work on. Thank you
All
again so
right, thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, she ain't about me. Feels bad. Uh, no, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the podcast. Yeah, I feel like I stumbled a little bit. It's hard to like. I had a week off, so it's like it's weird, like for me to like get back into the group that I had before. I don't know why. It feels weird sometimes. But the podcast, I think this episode was actually really good. Like me getting back into the groove and all that. And this is also what taught me as well is like I need more questions do outside of just people who do commissions and Twitch and stuff like that because not everybody like does all that, you know. So I gotta keep on my toes and have adjustments pretty much. But yeah, that's pretty much it really for the podcast.